Today guys, we are talking direct to consumer against a top brand that we don't see that much in the UK, but we did test last week in the Srixon and the Srixon ZX4s. Two pretty much identical clubs for technology, which will come out on top. There's only one man to test this, there's only one man you want to see, and that's mid-handicap Dave. So, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Dave, we've got the Srixon ZX4 to start with. So we've got a 4-iron to pitching wedge, and that's coming at £899. But we're going to start with the 4-iron. Lead us off with this. You really enjoyed them last week.
I did.
And Dave said there was a little bit of offset on these, which is the difference between these and the Takomo 101Ts that Dave currently uses. Let's see the distance and feel out here. So, interested Dave, not obviously your best strike, but it'll be good to see where that has gone relative to the Takomo.
A little bit left, but hey.
So a little bit left there from the Srixon, that could be that little bit of offset. We know here with Dave's Takomo 101Ts, we haven't got as much offset, which we'll show you in a second. But 5-iron. Again, similar strikes there. That's a little bit straighter. It'll be very interesting to see there. Off-centred strikes, how are they going to do down at the golf ball? Again, similar technology in these days. Looks down at the golf ball, looks similar other than the offset?
They do, they look, I think the top line's a little bit thicker on the Srixon, the head's a bit longer.
Yes, we've got a little bit longer blade length, we've got that little bit of offset and also that thicker top edge, so interesting there. That's something that we'd probably see from the 101 irons, Dave, at Takomo, which you did try?
Yeah, I did try them, but as usual, everything went left.
Yeah, well, let's get down there. Now guys, obviously with Takomo, the full set does come 4 to pitching wedge in the 101Ts, and they're coming in around about £506, £300 cheaper than the Srixon, so it's really thinking there, obviously budget-wise, even saving £300, is that better? I know there's not many places in the UK that do fit Srixon, so maybe it's as elusive to get fitted for some Srixons as it is for Takomo, so would you still want to take that chance like Dave did, get the clubs with the right shaft in and obviously purchase them without maybe trying them?
I've not been disappointed with the Takomos though, Chris, not at all. I've really enjoyed them.
And you did okay, maybe you was able to test out obviously my 6-irons, a couple of 6-irons, but you would say that you were going for them before you even knew I had them?
I was, yeah. I'd seen various people have a test on them, usual stuff, so I just fancied them.
Right, let's find these two. Okay, so down here, just left in the rough, was the Srixon, and I would say, obviously, yes, we've got the Takomo in the middle, but I would say the Srixon off-centred hit has gone a little bit further. So is that technology, or is that Dave just got a little bit better strike? Okay, so up first here from 110 yards is the Takomo, Dave. So the perfect number for a 9-iron.
Normally I'd say that, yeah, Chris. It certainly was in the summer.
Right, let's have a look then. Great strike, a little bit left of the flag, but looks pretty much perfect distance, Dave. So let's switch over now to your Srixon. We can see Dave's got the old iron covers out in the winter. He might need some new ones if they get dirty.
Christmas is coming, Chris, you never know.
Yeah, Mrs. Harrison, that's your notice. New head covers, please. Fresh ones for 2024 season. So the Srixon up now, Dave. Obviously what we're going to do is we're going to talk tech shortly. When you see here, are we getting a different flight? Are we getting it lower? Are we getting it higher? Does it feel more solid? Because certainly looking at those two clubs, they look very similar. That is a lower ball flight.
Yeah.
Very similar line, so it'll be very interesting there, Dave, but certainly launched lower there.
Yeah.
And you felt like you put pretty much the same swing on it.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was that bad a swing. I thought it was kind of fairly similar to the first one they're out with the Takomo.
Yeah, so very interesting. Let's get up there, let's see the spin after we've talked tech. So we know that the Takomo 101s are a smaller blade length. They are a hollow-bodied player irons with that preferred look that a better player would like to see, a little bit less offset and a little bit thinner top line. But if we now talk about the Srixons, we know they've got a little bit more technology in them with a variable thickness face and also with their Tour VT sole. Again, progressive grooves in those in the hollow body iron shape. So a little bit more tech in these, so interesting. Okay guys, so coming up to the green we can see a pitch mark here, and this is the Takomo, which as we can see is pin high, exactly pin high there. and we know that Dave knows his distances with those clubs being in the bag. We go a little bit further and we can see the Srixon. So it has obviously pitched pretty much where Dave is, but just a little bit further to the left and run out. So a more penetrating ball flight has got him that little bit more distance, but was that the tech? Let's get on to the next hole. Dave's going to hit a driver off, should leave us around about a mid-iron into the green. See what he can do with that. So Dave's going to tee off here on this par 4, which should leave him a perfect mid-iron, around about a 6 or a 7 iron into this green. But let's talk lofts quickly. So we know that the ZX4's there on screen. The 6 iron is coming in at 25.5 degrees, so pretty strong there compared to the Takomo's 28 degrees there. So 2.5 degrees, and that's why they are launching a little bit lower. Be interesting here when we get into the fairway to see if the mid-irons launch a little bit lower. The 9 iron certainly did, which could have been a little bit of Dave's technique. As we know, with a mid-handicap golfer, your flight can change a little bit. But let's let Dave get off this tee, and then let's see what he can do with that mid-iron. That's another fantastic shot with that 5-wood. Dave thoroughly enjoyed the Takomo woods last week.
Indeed.
And now the Sim Max is putting on the display. So Dave's hit a fantastic drive down here. We can see the flag, although Dave's saying he can't see it. It's around about 5 yards left of the bunker, and there's plenty of green left of that, Dave, so you don't need to scare yourself going for the bunker. What have we gone for first?
I've got the Srixon, Chris.
We've got the Srixon 6 iron, the ZX4. And again, guys, we've talked about the lofts on these, a little bit stronger to say the least, but we need flight for Dave. That's not a bad flight at all, Dave,
no,
there, is it?
Better flight than I was expecting.
Towards the flag.
Yeah.
Interesting, Dave, there, obviously flight not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. Quite enjoyed that shot.
Yeah, so the reason Dave went for the 101Ts is because obviously they do have a little bit more loft on them. So obviously Dave's relying on more landing angle than he is obviously spin. So with the stronger lofted Srixons, he could get the problem that he had last season before he got these irons, where he was running through a lot of the greens, launching a little bit too low.
Yep.
Although the hollow body desired to launch high, maybe not as high as the Takomos.
And that's why I bought Takomos.
We can see there, that's fading back, Dave, that's on the green,
yeah,
but nearly double the height there straight away.
Which is why I ended up going for the Takomos, Chris.
Yeah, it is, and that's an interesting thing, guys, and that's something that you need to take into account. Are you running through greens? Yes, you might be trying to get distance, you might be trying to get obviously out there a little bit further, but if it's running through the green, that's not a great option. You'll see Dave has also tried the 11 hybrids on the channel, something that certainly gave him launch and stopping power, but it was then obviously how he looked down at the golf ball. Did he like the look? He didn't like it in the shorter stuff, but he has invested in the longer clubs from 6 iron up. He has got the hybrids in there as well as his 6 iron Takomo. So let's get up there, let's see which is the closest, and let's talk, would you go for Srixon or would you go for a direct to consumer? So guys, up on the green here now, and we can see just short of pin eye left, Dave, a little bit of a tricky putt up the slope. Here we have the Srixon. So again, it's pitched probably at the front of the edge of the green. Dave just repaired the pitch mark just short of the green, and that's took some distance out of it. Because it's not got the carry, because of the flight, it's obviously not going to go as far. We can see, got a great shot here from the Takomo on the correct level, on the back tier, and that has pitched and stopped within a couple of yards. So exactly what you would expect from a higher ball flight, and that's where it's essential to get the clubs that do give you the flight that you are looking for, because that's exactly what Dave needs. He needs landing angle to get that ball close. But comment below, guys, a £300 save for these, but would you prefer getting fitted for them? Again, you can get fitted for the Srixons, but the Takomos are coming in cheaper and they're performing so well. They are performing up there with the best clubs on the market. They've done exceptionally well against the TaylorMades that we've tested them against before. They've also done well against these Srixons. And Dave, you're happy with your investment?
Yeah, happy enough. Decent trajectory, so job's a good one.
So guys, that's exactly what Dave thinks. He's happy with his trajectory. It's helping him scores. It's making golf a little bit easier. We certainly need to help the top end of his bag this winter. What clubs do you want to see us test? What drivers? What 3-woods? What clubs in general do you want to see Dave test to help
Any driver that I could actually hit would be good, Chris.
to help him get his scores down next year? We'll see you then.